And then, yeah, then you have a. Do you want to push this one side?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the link for
We'll
this.
talk a little bit about the retreat.
Or actually, I can get the link off of just scan the QR code. That's how I got both, so we're good.
Okay.
Thank you, I appreciate it. And then I'll send you the link to go live with us.
Wait, somebody sent that to me.
I think it was me. Oh no, somebody sent it to you. Okay.
Hey, this me. Can you let them up for me? All right, thank you.
Is there another person called Maya Green?
Yeah, who is that? So Twyla, did Wynona give you any? Are you filling in for Wynona?
30 seconds.
She didn't even say. She
So,
said, "I don't have a guest tomorrow. Can you go?"
So you filling in for Wynona.
Okay.
She has another guest coming up too. So you're gonna be the Wynona.
You want me to be the
Yeah, you're gonna help us interview. We'll make sure we pump your event too. But she got.
You got 10 seconds. 10 seconds.
My shoes is on.
What? You not serve?
Yes.
5 seconds.
While you're trying to figure it out, God has already worked it out. Put it in the master's hand because he has a plan. Listen, our roadmap is the Bible. And if you live by the Bible, you study the Bible, the word will be a light unto your path. It's your main man, Action Jackson. And it is Tell Me Something Good Tuesday right here on the Brunch Bunch. And I'm proudly posted in the studio with the amazing, the electrified, the alluring, she will cuss you out if you put the wrong button. Heart of gold.
I don't cuss. I'm a Christian. What's up, believers? It's your girl T Breezy, Tamira Fair on the air. I am so excited about it being Tuesday because it's one more day closer to Saturday. Not even Friday.
Not you skipping Friday.
Friday this week. It's Saturday. Yeah, man.
Well, looking at you, and I opened. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No, Sister Tammy, you leaving me again. But listen.
Peace out.
We talked about in this intro, the Bible being your roadmap. 2 scriptures come to mind, and it's brought on by inspiration by you.
Okay.
And all that get an understanding.
Yes.
And when you have an ought against your brother or your sister, you take it to them.
That's right.
And it's so funny that you and I had an amazing conversation yesterday.
Yes,
and
it was.
Listen, Tamara Fair is everybody needs a Tammy Fair in their corner. Because as she poured into me, after she cussed me out a little bit, as she poured into me this morning, she didn't use one curse word.
I don't drink, I don't smoke, and I don't do bad things to people. But I got to tell you, Saints, I will do some cussing sometimes.
I was going to say that you will.
But I'm working on it. God working on me.
But you poured into me, and this morning I got a call. And it was somebody complaining about a text message and a fight they were having with someone. And I was able to take the conversation Tammy and I had and use those words of wisdom to impart into them. And I told him, I said, we have to be very careful with text messages because sometimes we don't understand. And the Bible teaches us that all that get an understanding. And if we do that, we won't have as many conflicts as we do in life and with people.
Wars won't start.
Speaking of wars, we're not going to start one today, but we're going to talk about a couple that's going on. It is Community Chatter Tuesday. Tell Me Something Good Tuesday. Unfortunately, Wynona Redmond will not be on the air because she is traveling, doing great things. But filling in as her guest co-host is a friend of the Brunch Bunch. Miss Twyla Jenkins is in the building. We are happy to have you. And if you guys don't know, Twyla is the visionary behind I Am That Woman, the retreat, the movement, all of that. So if you are that woman and you're expecting to do great things, you want to tune in. We got great guests from Congressman Danny K. Davis' office. This show is about to be lit. Don't go nowhere. We got way more to share right here on Inspiration 1390. Talk about not the heart of gold and a cusser.
Who said that?
Tina.
We missed somebody's birthday yesterday.
Who was it?
Located right on the west side in the Soul City.
I promise you look like a Black Panther. That's a compliment. Absolutely, that's a compliment.
www.goneagaintravel.com. You can call them at 773
Well,
417 8808. Listen,
no,
if you
it's
want to
not.
do like the title Gone Again, you'll call Gone Again Travel. This
Yeah,
video
that's a
highlight was
good
brought to
thing.
you by the Dream Center
That means you
Corporation
look
and
like
Business
the
Support.
change that needs to be
Hey there,
effective.
Chicago. Are you looking to buy the home of your dreams or sell your property at the next
What you say?
LMS Development. With our expert real estate and mortgage loan services, we turn your property dreams into a reality. Don't let financial hurdles stand in your way. Our seasoned team is here to guide you.
You said Jessica look like a Black
So
Panther.
whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing, make your
Show him
next
whose
move with confidence. Call us.
whose birthday we missed.
Zoe. Happy birthday, Zoe.
We missed Zoe's birthday?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Tina, the event was really nice. I got there a little late. So I missed Nene Leaks, but I heard she was good. The room was packed. I heard the food was good. You know, I'm fasting, so I didn't eat. I did take a cupcake from Brown Sugar Bakery home, and at 5:01 p.m., I slammed it.
5:01 p.m. or a.m.?
p.m. I fast every day to 5.
Oh, nice. Not 5:01.
5:01.
That's crazy.
I slammed that cupcake so fast.
Spreading the teachings of love, faith, and empowerment. Give them a call, 214-371-8768 to connect
This is a
directly with their
beautiful
ministry.
photo.
And don't forget to follow Bishop on Facebook.
I mean, the
at
camera only
Bishop
takes what it
Ministries
sees, but
for
this is
daily
so pretty.
inspiration and update. Don't forget.
And on the backside is beautiful too.
Oh yeah.
Word Network for a life-changing word.
We're in the raw with Tamara Fair on the Brunch Bunch.
Now, I have heard of some dichotomous, look it up, stories. But
Not only will she cuss, she would definitely use some big words. You got to look up after the conversation.
when you guys read my book, and when it comes, I'm not talking about the children's book series, but I'm talking about my novel called At the Dinner Table. You will see why I have such a flowery vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about those big words. But anyway, I understand that sometimes you can call the police and you can report a crime and the police will arrest the caller, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of segues us into this story for the Raw segment about the ex-Starbucks employee who saved the store from robbery was fired anyway. So as the 20-year-old Michael Harris is gearing up to take legal action against his former employer, he shared a bit more about his experience working at the Midtown St. Louis Starbucks location. So in short, this ain't the first time some crazy stuff went down at the Bucks. So if y'all don't know what the Bucks is, it's short for Starbucks. So Harrison told the New York Post that the store has regularly seen aggressive patrons prior to the robbery he stopped last month. He said once a customer began firing heavy steel canisters at the employees over the counter. I guess they didn't really like their coffee. So people are always yelling and screaming at us, threatening to assault us, throwing things, trying to come up to us, pulling up, but nothing was ever done. So people have left the job because of it, he told the Post. Well, eventually he and his fellow co-workers filed a formal complaint to upper management about their safety concerns, but it's unclear if anything came of it. So, however, Starbucks denied the claim that the chaotic location safety conditions were addressed, alleging the location was temporarily closed for safety improvements, including providing the option for employees to only operate the drive-thru and close the main dining room, according to also the same news, the Post. So the company maintained their stance that Harrison and other employees who helped detain the robber should not have engaged so intensely with them. And in situations like this, our training and protocols guide our partners to comply and de-escalate, not just for their safety, but for the safety of all in the store, the spokesperson from Starbucks told the Post. Well, imagine this. You risk your life to save customers and your fellow employees from a robbery, and after you save the day, you get canned. So according to the lawsuit being filed by the former Starbucks employee, this is precisely what happened to him. So in December, one of the busiest seasons of Starbucks because of holiday drinks, Harris told KSDK that he was working the drive-thru at the store in Midtown St. Louis location. So if you're in Midtown in St. Louis, you might just want to go through the drive-thru and maybe not go in. Well, suddenly he noticed a white man and a black man enter the store and began frisking the customers. The man approached the cash register and ordered him to open the cash register. While Harris struggled with the cash register, one of the men hit him on the head with a gun. So Harris said that he realized the gun was fake after the trigger fell off. At least you could get a better fake gun.
Jarrell said,
And at that moment, he decided that it was time to get his lick back. Well, without knowing if there was another real gun in the mix, but determined to keep everyone safe, he said that he and other employees began to fight back. Well, they were able to restrain at least one of the alleged robbers until the cops showed up. However, after the incident, Harris was fired. Weeks after the situation, Harris said that he got a call. They terminated me, he said. They didn't really give me a reason why I was terminated. They just told me that I was, and I had just had to accept it. So Harris said he loved his job. You think he loved his job?
I mean, you gotta love the job to step in with a man who has a gun that you believe is a gun. Yeah.
He said he was hurt, especially because he tried to do his best for everybody else. He said that he tried to be the best person that he could and help everybody. And he and his attorneys want to know that policy that he actually violated. And like you're over there mimicking and you're like caressing your hand. Yes, you violated the I'm black doing something good policy.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering. I'm like, white man say today, does he get fired or does he get a key to the city?
What?
So this black brother stood up for other employees in a time in a country where gunfire and mass shootings are at the highest level in the history of this world. And he got fired for helping.
Just imagine if 911, I'm going to take you guys back, but of course we still remember. If the passengers had not actually fought the hijackers, how much more damage it would have been in 911. Don't get me wrong, it was a ton of damage. But the passenger, and just to imagine if they all they arrested once the plane crashed and the survivors were arrested. Imagine that. That's crazy.
Yeah, that would be.
But bananas. I want Harris to work for Premier. I'm just saying. Harris is the kind of guy that I need in my organization, because if something goes
went to jail over trying to have a meeting. So Starbucks, y'all still need to get it together.
Starbucks, you better be lucky this $13.90, because I tell you what you need to get together. But you know what?
I think they all know now.
We're going to keep praying for Starbucks as a whole, but we praying for Brother Harris that something good comes out of it. But you know what? When one door closes, another door opens, and we're going to keep praying that happens. And you know what? I pray that his blessing is big. It's Pastor Mike Big right here on the Brunch Bunch. Nikki, what's up? How you doing? Yes. How you doing?
Oh my God, I'm so good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Now, how you doing? Look,
that's Dr. Maya Green. She's the coach of our healthcare committee.
What you sent me last night? The flyer that you sent me last night? Yeah. You posted that flyer.
The congressman is on the. Do you have the congressman is calling in.
He gonna call him? Okay.
Yeah, you posted it.
I believe I posted on the story.
No, post it on the permanent.
So like 1 minute, Jarrell.
Come on, baby. How are
Look at you in this power suit. You got your I am that woman suit on. Go ahead. Tina, don't you go to no Dunkin' Donuts. We going to Sip and Save.
That's right. Sip and savor it is.
We stopped going to Dunkin' Donuts a long time ago. We going to the dump.
To the dump, to the dump, to the dump.
Oh.
So, Nikki, we talking about.
You better not bring bio type stuff.
That's what I'm like.
I told Wynona she would just be doing the most. I'm not that person. I'm just plain old Nikki.
No, you're not.
You are not plain old, right?
Plain old is not one of them.
The Lord said,
Maybe Action Jackson from the Brunch.
Yeah, but he didn't say hide
your awesomeness.
Yeah, there you go.
Are you an artist looking to get your music played? Listen, we have our new Music Monday segment. If you're a gospel artist, Christian artist, inspirational artist, if you make uplifting, clean music, we want to feature you on New Music Monday. Reach over 15,000 people. All you have to do is submit your music at thebrunchbunch.com.
Wait a minute.
dreaming of a new home or selling at a great price? L&S Development is your go-to. Expertise in real estate and mortgage loans, we make the process seamless and rewarding. No more hurdles in your project.
That's dope. It's just that the Virgin Islands is really supporting this.
That's so nice.
616-0906 and step into your property dreams with L&S Development. Area code 773-616-0906. L&S Development, making property dreams a reality.
Hey guys, it's Tamara Fair
And Action Jackson.
from the Brunch Bunch. Now, your home is not just a place. It's a lifetime of memories, hard-earned and cherished.
Justice, remind me. Zoe,
Understand what it means to protect
you still here? If you are, I want you to send Justice that list of all the commercials. She sent me screenshots. I want you to turn it into a spreadsheet. Yeah, type it out for
And
me.
you know what? Their response center is ever.
Yes, Tina, that's Nikki Nicole Harvey. Nikki Harvey, Congressman Danny Davis' office. See, you famous.
And even exceed all industry standards. With Secure Home and Automation, they have the power to
Well done.
customize your security solution. Round the clock peace of mind sounds good to me. Isn't that priceless? So let Secure
Okay,
Home and
right.
Automation be a part of
We
your
talking about
story,
our
a
National
part of
Well
your
Read
legacy.
Day.
They're safeguarding
Jarrell,
your
be
home
looking for a call
every
too, and then we
So
got
go
the
ahead and
congressman
call
calling in.
866-447-3344. That's 866-447-3344. Call today and make a wise choice to secure your tomorrow. Secure Home and Automation. You've heard the name. Now experience the promise of ultimate safety that they bring to your home. Call Stacy Chauncey at 866-447-3344. Stacy Chauncey, 866-447-3344. Where's the action, Jackson?
I'll tell you what's going on.
So what's going on is I won't belabor the time because we have some great guests in the building today talking about some great stuff. But I want to make sure that each and one of our
That
of
sounds like from the
our
South.
each one of our listeners that are entrepreneurs know about our Brunch Bunch Business Spotlight giveaway. It's a chance for you to elevate your brand like never before. What's in store? A feature in our coveted Business Spotlight of the week. This means on-air recognition, professional interview, and social media shout-outs reaching thousands of potential customers. Now listen, without the official announcer. If you're an entrepreneur, you're an author, you're a nonprofit organization, and you've been looking for a way to get the word out about the great things you are doing, this is a great opportunity. It's free to enter. We're going to choose 2 lucky believers to be featured, and you'll get an in-person interview here on the show. You'll get a week of commercials, uplifting your business, your brand, your book. You'll get a video professionally produced by one of us. Tamara, say, let them hear your voice.
Oh, yes.
Or you'll get this raspy deacon voice. But we're going to make it happen, and we're going to pump your business up to over 15,000 people. All you have to do is go to thedreamcenter.com. This giveaway is sponsored by the Dream Center. Go to thedreamcenter.com. We have 328 entries in less than a week. But let me tell you, That's an amazing thing, and you get more points. So once you enter, when you share it, you get extra points. If you like our Brunch Bunch page, you get extra points. You like us on Facebook. So there are so many ways to win. And guess what? You want to be the business spotlight of the week.
And the points do what? The points get you
more entries.
Okay.
More entries.
So the more points you get, the more chances you have.
The more chances. So don't think, oh, it's 300 people. You only got one chance. No. Some people have 40, 50, 60 points because every day they're going and sharing it with somebody else.
And the algorithm actually chooses based on
yes,
the points.
The software chooses randomly. So I've been getting a lot of DMs. Please pick me. And I'm like, I wish I could, but I'm not.
But that keeps it fair.
That keeps it fair. So the software is going to pick itself. Go to thedreamcenter.com. If you know an entrepreneur, send them the website or have them to go on our @BrunchBunch1390 Instagram page, because you know what? It's always our aim to send you back better than you came. Mm-hmm. And we've been getting a lot of thank yous, Tammy, for doing this. So kudos to the Brunch Bunch.
Kudos to the Brunch and kudos to the Dream Center.
All right. Well, we just want to help some entrepreneurs. And talking about help, we got two great guests. We got a great guest co-host that's none other than Miss Twyla Jenkins, who is helping women with her I Am a Woman movement. And let's talk about this Self-Care Saturday.
Wait a minute. Before you start, Twyla, I got to correct him. It's not I am a woman. I am that woman.
Oh, excuse
Don't
me.
play.
Excuse me. You're not just a woman. You that woman.
Yes, I Am That Woman movement is hosting our Self-Care Saturday this Saturday, February the 3rd. And it is all about your vision. You can see it, you can have it, you can manifest it. We have Yvette Jones-Johnson coming to pour into us. She was our personal and professional development speaker at the retreat last year. So she is joining us again to help us to really create some tools and some actionable things that you can put into practice to help you manifest what it is that you see and what you want to do in your life. So oftentimes, we start the year off with some resolutions and, we always say, okay, this day, and the next thing becomes one day. And so we want to make sure that you put it into practice and that you see it, have it, and manifest it. That is this Saturday. It's only $40. You can go to our website and register, and I think it's up too. And so it's only $40. That includes your lunch and all your vision board supplies. So your boards, your magazines, your tape, your glue, everything that you need to create it, see it, manifest it. Come on out and let's help each other in this sisterhood. So like you said, we're going to leave you better than what you came.
Yeah, the Bible tells us to write the vision and make it plain. And you know what? I did my first vision board maybe 2 years ago with Dr. Nayela Malone from the Hyde Park Therapist. And you know what? It's so funny when you do them and you look back a year later and you realize how good God has been to you for casting that vision and putting it out there. So kudos to you. And then listen, not only do you have Self-Care Saturday, now I'm a little jealous. I'm not gonna lie. I can't say that I am that woman. I'm that man. So we're gonna need that I'm that man retreat.
Come on and bring that woman. And while she's in the session becoming better, you'll just be by the pool. But yes, October 2nd through the 6th, we are going to St. Thomas this year. Super excited to be going to the U.S. Virgin Islands, who's also one of our sponsors. And that is the 2nd through the 6th in October. Registration is already open. And let me tell you something. We all need to take a break. We need to put our oxygen mask on first, because we give out so much to our churches, to our communities, to our families, to our loved ones, to our friends. And so when do you fill up? You can't give from an empty cup. So the I Am That Woman retreat is all about you coming and getting your holistic wellness together, your mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, and physical well-being. And so we're more than a retreat. We're a movement. That's why we have something on Saturday. You can follow us all year long to help you with your financial, mental, emotional, spiritual wellness. And so in October, though, you want to put that 5-day, 4-night vacation and retreat on your calendar. Register now. I Am That Woman movement.org.
Twyla, you must be a frequent flyer at Temu, because these tickets are so low.
Temu.
There's absolutely no reason for people not to come. You get all of that for $40. You get food, supplies, retreat, not retreat, but poured into.
Yes.
I mean, the takeaway is amazing, and the give is so little. This is amazing because it's showing that you really care.
I really do care, and that's what the movement is all about. You know, we have to be our sister's keeper, and it really is to help us. You know, we don't want to limit people because of the financial contribution. You do need to save your dollars and your nickels and your pennies to come to the retreat. That's a $3,500 price tag, but we're at a 5-star resort that where the normal rate is $600 and our rate is only $200. So for the retreat, you need that payment plan. Some of us, not all of us, but some of us need that little payment plan. But for Saturday, for only $40, you're absolutely right. You can't even get lunch these days for $40. And so, right?
You can't get $40 for $40.
You know what? Right. I'm like, I don't even think $40 equal 40 these days. And that's a good point, Twyla, because we went out to dinner Sunday. The Chicago Firehouse Restaurant. Shout out to them. I told I was going to shout them out. On Michigan Avenue, they do a $49 3-course supper every Sunday. And we were doing the math. Melissa and I like, $49. You can't get a 3-course meal. We go spend $40 at a drive-thru sometime. So for your event to be $40, that's amazing. Tammy said the Temu price. Well, listen, you know what I love about Twyla, Tammy, and all these ladies that are in the room. They're not here talking about I. They're talking about we. And you know what? We will win when we can come together. It's Kirk Franklin, Little Baby. We win right here on the Brunch Bunch.
That was a good segue.
Then, Nikki, you up next. You and Dr. Maya. Dr. Maya. Is the call in? Nope. Uh-oh, he leaving you to do it on your own.
You got the number for the station?
Yep.
No, you should call me.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, don't get important now. He is the congressman.
So you weren't saying like that, Darrell.
Oh, really? The quality is bad.
Not the quality, it's not a problem.
I got you.
Temu is what's up. I got mine yesterday.
Your Temu?
That's
A
what
lot
Tina
of people
said.
are afraid of Temu. Honey, I got frequent flyer miles on Temu.
I don't, but I ordered the one time for Christmas and that stuff came and it was nice. So. Couple of shirts. You ain't order nothing else.
No, they take your information.
They take your info.
They got it now. You got.
But they got it already now. You might as well order.
You can't delete it.
I already know that. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb.
I mean, I'm just saying.
But you know what's funny? So the brand's been sending me stuff to talk about on my social media, and they asked me for my address. And one day I was like, "Oh, I don't want to give these people my address." But then I'm like, "But what if I was ordering just off their site? I'm giving them my address, phone
You
number."
can look your address up on Google. Oh my God. Temu? Tammy and Temu is like peanut butter and jelly.
And selling on Amazon.
Yes. So people that have like boutiques and stuff like that, I mean,
What did he say?
Temu is the bomb. I
Okay.
ordered everything.
So
I'm trying to order me some people.
Yeah. Okay, about 30 seconds.
No, I've ordered everything. I was never like shy. So even if
Yeah.
they have my information, they haven't done anything with
Tina
it.
said she'd delete her card every time. But banks are now moving to allowing you to create like virtual cards to shop online so they don't steal your
Banks
information.
are. Yeah, they are.
Or you know
Well,
what?
let
Get
me
you a
say
Cash App card, and I use my Cash App card for stuff like that and things that's on monthly. So if ain't no money on that, they ain't getting no money.
Yeah, but let me tell you, most banks have a good policy. It's like if you get hacked or whatever, they're gonna send you your money back. Not PNC.
Nah, but not all of them.
PNC is the worst. And I told them I was gonna tell the believers about it because
How you doing? It's 1390.
yeah, because it's ridiculous. Like it's like if you
All right. All right. This is the congressman.
okay.
All right, Congressman,
Yes,
we're gonna.
indeed. How are you?
Good. Thank you for calling in and sending one of your best up here to represent.
Yes.
I'm gonna put him on. Hey, Congressman, I'm gonna put you on hold for a second. Then we're gonna bring you back in when we're ready. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Win communications.
Well, of course, it is Tuesday community chat, and each and every week in the spirit of Wynona, who's not with us, but she's the founder and CEO of Win-Win Communication, and she loves to help people win. And so we went to break with We Win by Kirk Franklin and Lil Baby, and now we have Charles Jenkins winning with Wynona Redmond. But we got some great guests in the building, and I'm going to let this girl power keep going. I'm going to let Tammy introduce the guest.
Well, you know, this is one of my favorite people on the planet. Miss Nikki Nicole Harvey is here, and Nikki resides as the aide to over 850,000 constituents, where she sits in the seat of the U.S. House of Representatives under the great leadership of Congressman Danny Davis, serving as one of his directors. And with 3 decades of experience working in healthcare, criminal justice, and federal public policy, Nikki sits, chairs, and facilitates on several committees in Congress, i.e. healthcare, well-being, public safety, law enforcement, child welfare, women issues, and the list goes on. We are so excited, honored, and proud to have her in the building.
Welcome, Nikki.
Oh, well, thank you guys so much. I feel so welcome. I feel like I'm at church. I'm not a guest. I'm at home with the rest of my family.
That's
so
right.
Thank you guys so much. So we're here today really quickly to talk to you about what's going on in the CDC. So in the CDC, there are 3 top main leading deaths within our United States for our people. Of course, one is COVID. Then there's cancer, and colon cancer is leading for all who are of color, age 50 and below. And then there is heart disease. Heart disease or cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women. Nearly 45% of women ages 20 and plus are living with some form of cardiovascular disease. Congressman Davis, who's the vanguard on healthcare, wants to make sure that everyone stays healthy. He teaches us each and every day that true wealth is health. So we just want everybody to join us on Saturday. We're having a Go Red photo shoot. We are taking a stance against heart disease. So join us. It's free and open to the public. We want you to join us Friday. That's February 2nd at the Columbus Park Reflectory. We want you to wear red. We want everyone who supports it to come out, bring your family members, take a group photo, and we're going to have some great information about it. The congressman is actually here on the line with us just as well, and he talks about healthcare all the time and keeping us healthy, and he talks about just how healthy it is to keep your heart healthy. Congressman?
No matter what else is going on in your life, if you're not healthy, you cannot take advantage or enjoy the full meaning of whatever else it is that you do. Therefore, we advocate health awareness, health education, health promotion. And no matter what anybody else is doing about it, no matter what physicians can do, what hospitals and health centers can do, the ultimate becomes the individual, his or herself. And that's why we think that health, and that's why we say it. Of course, every Monday night we have a panel of physicians who give expert on advice to people in terms of what they need to do. I wish we were voting on something related to health right now, but we're not. We're really voting to impeach the director, the head of Homeland Security, because we have all of these other issues that relate to immigration and everything else. So I've got to run and vote, but it's a real pleasure.
It's our pleasure always to hear from you, Congressman Davis. And you really do take all of the charges that you have championed to heart, if I may say that, pun intended.
Well, they're all very important, and so we try and look as comprehensively as we can look in terms of dealing as effectively as we can. For example, this whole controversy is over the whole business of immigration and how we treat it. And just because you disagree, it doesn't necessarily mean you got to kick the person out who has been heading up the effort. And of course, getting ready to try and do right now is actually fire somebody that the president hired when you get right down to it. But I do have to run. Thank you all so much, and it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman Danny K. Davis. Thank you for representing the 7th Congressional District of Illinois. Nikki,
Yes.
you are right there with the congressman. You are helping to push these initiatives. And this morning, coincidentally, because I didn't know we were going to be talking about this, I was doing some research on heart disease, and I did realize that it is the silent killer.
Absolutely.
You know, and unfortunately, our community is affected at high numbers. Can you talk to that?
Absolutely. One thing I want to remind all of the listeners is not to use the emergency room as their primary care physician.
Because we do.
Find a primary care physician and go there. And if you need assistance, I know before we end this conversation, I can give some additional referrals. But one thing I wanted to make sure that we did at the congressman's direction was to bring you one of those experts who can talk about that. And at this time, we have the co-host of the co-chair of our healthcare committee in the room with us, Dr. Maya Green, who is a physician, who is also the principal officer of Onyx Medical Group. Dr. Green.
Oh, Dr. Green.
Hello. Hey, thank you for having me. You know, Nikki, thank you for bringing me here because we're 2 days away from National Heart Health Month, which is February. And thank you for bringing this up because, as you know, heart disease affects millions of Americans. Every 33 seconds, someone dies of heart disease. 1 in 5 deaths are according to heart disease, Nikki, like you were saying. And you mentioned that it's called the silent killer. Why? Because imagine blowing up a tight balloon. Remember when you were younger, you used to try to blow a balloon and your cheeks hurt, so you get to stop after 5 seconds, right? Now, if that balloon is your heart, I mean, if that muscle is your heart and the balloon is your arteries, high blood pressure, heart disease recognizes the pressure your heart feels trying to pump oxygen and nutrients to the rest of your body. Your heart can't give up after 5 seconds, like your jaws when you were kids. Because when your heart gives up, that's called a heart attack. When it doesn't deliver blood to your brain, that's called a stroke, right? So the impact is so important for us to learn. And then I want to just point out that African Americans, just like we bear the brunt of most illnesses in society, African Americans are dying at higher rates and getting diagnosed with heart disease more than any other of our peers. As a matter of fact, it's associated with some genetic stuff, high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, smoking, and inactivity, right? And some of this stuff is by design. If you look at what's available to eat, you can say you got high blood pressure and obesity, but if you look at what's available to eat around in the communities that weren't created by us, right? We don't, like a lot of us don't do urban planning. We're getting to that, but we didn't urban plan, right? So some of this stuff is by design. So I'm so glad, Nikki, that you have created a space for us to talk about that this weekend, right? And see how we can come together. We don't need to wait for someone else to design our plan. That's never worked in this country. We don't have to wait for somebody else to design our plan.
In fact, it works against us when we allow that. It works against us. It's
time for us to get together and do things like we're doing here. Nikki, do things like you're doing. It's time for us to come together and create solutions to protect our tribe.
Dr. Green, can you give the listeners some indications of, like you say, it's a silent killer? And sometimes we don't recognize the symptoms, and sometimes we ignore the symptoms. Yeah. But I've had, like my CFO, he thinks he's in great shape. And he was until he walked up 6 flights of stairs and he was winded. Yeah. However, he had never been winded before, found out he was 90% blocked. What are some of the symptoms that people can look for that they are not necessarily paying attention to?
You know, I love that you mentioned that. Walking upstairs and doing activity and getting winded. That's something we call dyspnea on exertion. But all we know is I used to walk upstairs, and now when I get up half the flight, I'm tired. That's one of the major, when you do have symptoms of heart disease, that's one of the major ones. Some of the other ones are chest pain. And then a lot of times when it first happens, you feel a tight chest pain and goes away in 5 seconds. You say, okay, I'll wait, you know. And then sometimes, like Nikki said, we wait until the chest pain doesn't go away. Then we want to run to the ER. Heart beating fast, leg swelling, coughing, wheezing, and overall tiredness. That's how I know it's time for me to go to my doctor and get my screenings.
Sometimes we also have vision changes just as well. You know, you talk about the silent killer. And Dr. Green often tells me that I should share, and sometimes I really don't. But I am the survivor of 2 strokes and a mild heart attack. But you would never know.
To God be the
God
glory.
is good at all times. And that weekend, when I began to have those mini strokes, I just had vision changes. And I contributed the fact that I was having a problem with my foot to a new pair of shoes. And all the time it was the weakness that was happening on that side of my body.
Wow.
What does vision changes look like?
So I began to see these flutters or spots in front of my eyes, or everything was kind of blurry. And it was because the blood pressure was completely out of control. But even though I shared the worst of what happened, because at that time, after I spent almost a year in the hospital and in physical therapy, going back and forth between rehab hospitals and our regular hospitals, at this point in time, I was taking almost 9 blood pressure pills a day, plus a patch to kind of keep everything regulated. Oh, but today, 1 blood pressure tablet.
Don't tell me what God can't do.
And my goal is to be off, and I will. Give me 90 more days, and it's going to be done and over with.
I'm
off medication.
Speak
Well,
it.
we overcome by the words of our testimonies, and there are some people listening. And you know what? I'm guilty of this, right? You know, we have a pain, we have a chest pain, we drink a ginger ale. You know, that cure everything in our community. Your chest hurt, drink a ginger ale. Your vision, just drink a ginger ale. But you know, we got to pay attention to our bodies. And unfortunately, Dr. Maya, a lot of African-American men are not going to the doctor. How can we change it? What do we need to be doing in the community?
You know, it happens by leadership like yours and talking about it in the community. I just want to say, the first thing you said is I'm guilty. I just want you to know that a lot of times your role in this country was designed for you to not do it. Right? So busy taking care of everybody else, worrying about how you're going to be viewed if you got to be. We talked about somebody helping in a space and they bore the brunt of what happened. It's by design. So some of that is the lack of trustworthiness of the healthcare system towards African-American bodies. Let's name that. That came before any of the things that you're doing. And then the other things that we can do is lifestyle changes, activity, right? Getting more active within our communities together, right? We're people that we move in tribes. No matter how far we are away from our mother, and we move in tribes. Nutrition, the things that we're putting in our body, we have to choose that, right? And then what Nikki mentioned, some medication. But I just want to point out, having a little insight into what Nikki did, I appreciate the lifestyle activities and the other things before meds, right? And then connecting with your primary care doctor that you trust, right? And then if meds are needed, having that conversation. And stress reduction. It's a lot of stuff going on right now in this country or all around us. It's important to get our mental and spiritual health intact. Find a space that you can trust. Think about what's happening this weekend. Think about coming to the I Am That Woman.
That woman.
Find a space where you can just relax, breathe, and just exist as yourself. It's very important in preventing heart disease.
It's important to find that physician that works with you. Sometimes that physician needs to understand why you like collard greens. So they may need to eat collard greens just as well, so they can know and understand why you're eating them. So that's important to do.
I was going to say that with my son's health challenges and everything that we've been through in the last year, I've really got to see an inside look at the disparities in the healthcare system, right? And I didn't go to the doctor as much, but now I'm there more than I would have ever imagined. And it's like we got a lot of work to do on the legislative levels, in the hospitals in our community, and educationally for men. And so, and I'm only because I am that man. You know, but that's the conversation that we don't go because we don't trust the healthcare provider, or they don't look like us, or they don't understand us. Or in my case, I'm an entrepreneur and I can't afford sometimes the good health insurance, but I make too much to qualify for free health insurance.
You know what? I have a remedy for that. Our FQHCs, federally qualified healthcare centers. We want to make sure that people know that they are open to you, whether you have money or don't have money. It is open door to you to come there, and there's always a sliding pay scale from free to a sliding pay scale at a FQHC. There are tons of them throughout our 7th congressional district. In our district, we have 23 functioning hospitals. We have 19 specialty hospitals, and we have over 66 federally qualified healthcare centers. And when you brought up education, I want to remind our youth, our young men, think about medical school.
Especially because now Black doctors are on the decline.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I mean, literally, we used to have 20 years ago, we had a robust number of Black doctors. Now it's 18% lower than it was 5 years ago.
yeah. Well, shout out to Mount Sinai and Sinai Community Institute. They have a huge initiative where they got a program funded to go in the community and recruit Black and brown doctors to either go to school to be one or get them to come back to the community. Because you know what? It makes it feel so much better for me to go in the room and see somebody that look like me, that understand what I'm going through, where I've come from, understand the collard greens and all of that.
And to teach you how to make them healthy.
That's right.
Yes.
There's healthy alternatives to everything that we eat when it comes to soul food and the traditional sense. And I'm so glad, Doctor, that you brought up stress, because so many of our diseases are related to stress. And so we teach things even at the retreat and this weekend about morning mindfulness, because how you start your day and that practice of prayer and meditation and not turning on the news and not listening to social media, all of that is related to your heart disease and all of these other ailments. COVID, a lot of that is your immune system. So I'm telling you all, that is what the I Am That Woman movement is all about, is teaching us how to live more holistically. And so, ladies, let's get it together. So
that's super important. Nikki, and I would like for you to tell people how to access these FQHACs.
Sure. There are a number of them. If I just rolled a few of them off the top of my head, the one that the congressman himself actually goes to is Miles Square. Miles Square is an FQHC that is related to UIC. I actually go to Near North. Near North is an FQHC that is an affiliate of Northwestern. You also have Esperanza Health. You have Access Health. You have a number of them inside of our communities. Onyx is actually going to be on our FQHC list very soon. They are a new healthcare facility that's there, but they will be applying shortly for their FQHC.
Well, I'm going to Onyx. Come on, let's get it. Well, Dr. Maya, before we go, how can people connect with you and the Onyx Medical Group?
Great. We are 833-4-ONYX. That's 833-367-6699. You can also find us online at onyxmedicalwellness.com. You can catch me on IG. I'm Dr. Maya, always keeping it 100. So Dr. Maya 100 on IG.
One of the things Dr. Maya said that I was super excited about was before meds, because doctors always want to medicate you. And we really want to, like Nikki said, get off medication so that we can live a non-medicated, healthy life.
Yep.
So I'm loving that. So if there are more of you or just you, we definitely want to connect.
We need you. We need you. Well, listen, believers, we need you to listen and govern yourselves accordingly to all of these great announcements and initiatives. This Friday, make sure you show up at Columbus Park Refectory, 5701 West Jackson at 3:30 to 5 in your red for National Wear Red Day. This Saturday is Self-Care Saturday. I see it. I have it. It's mine to manifest. You can go to IamThatWomanMovement.org. IamThatWomanMovement.org. And if you want any more of these great, of course, support Dr. Maya 100 on Instagram. And if you want any other information, go to our Brunch Bunch 1390 Instagram page. Listen, believers, we are out of time, unfortunately, but we are never out of content. We encourage you, like we do each and every day, to keep Love 24 alive. Tell someone that you don't know that you love them. Tell someone that you do know that you love them. Love conquers all. Tamara Fair on the air. I love you.
I love you, Action Jackson.
Believers, we love you. Baby Eminem, we love y'all. Up next is AC Green. After that, Pastor DeAndre Patterson with the afternoon drive. We get it done all night long right here on Inspiration 1390. You ain't got to do it like that. I know what I'm doing. I'm a pro.
Crazy.
You know that's my money.
What?
That Mount Sinai
It's
the White Coat Initiative. That's our money.
I love it. And
guys, hope to see that you all are supporting this weekend. De-stressing is the prelude to good health. Definitely want to go on our Brunch Bunch page. Make sure that you connect, see your face in the place. Also, this weekend is going to be busy for you.
Oh, that's good.
We go on our Brunch Bus page. Now, you know when the United States government, Congressman
No,
Danny Davis
my
gets
good
involved,
friend
some
left
things
to
start
Cook
to
County.
change.
Oh, see you
So,
all.
see you guys there.
He
This
left county to go
Saturday,
back to Sinai
sorry,
to
this
help
Friday, 3:30 to 5 o'clock. Best 2 hours you will ever spend.
Dr. My Guy, we're going to get some pictures.
Okay.